upstairs. I'm so excited. I haven't been to this area of London, like Hammersmith, in so long. Oh my god, it's like throwback. I feel like I'm lost. It is so dark in here, but I'm waiting for the show to start, and I just ordered a cocktail. I'm so excited. But it's such a beautiful venue, but honestly it's so dark you can barely see my face, and I didn't bring my vlogging camera because it does not fit in my Chanel. Too small. Oh, there we go. I brightened it up a little bit. So yeah, I'm just waiting for my girl Veronica. She's late, but this is such a cute place. Like, I dig it. I should come up here more often, but it's a bit out of the way, if you know what I mean.
Daddy's rich and your mommy's good looking. So hush, little baby.
This looks amazing. Look at I'm just in Central. I'm going to Fortnum & Mason because every time I go home, I like to go to Fortnum & Mason to pick up like teas, shortbread, stuff like that for the family. And I need to do this and then rush home, so it's got to be super, super quick. It was so much warmer this morning. It's the weirdest thing. Now it's like a bit more chilly, a bit more wintry, but this morning it was so beautiful. It was like spring. I got my hair done. You can't see it. I was in there for hours. I will do a complete video on Brazilian knots, like all the questions, very soon. Maybe I'll film that before I go home. Yeah, that'll be easy. Okay, hi guys. How are you? The last clip you saw was of me at Fortnum & Mason. I was just about to, I think I was just about to walk in, or I was just about to walk out. I was saying that every time I like to go home, I like to bring goodies for like my family and stuff, like teas, shortbreads, because they really like it. And Fortnum is the best. If you don't know, now you know. You should definitely try and visit if you're ever in London, or if you know someone visiting and you're really into like tea and biscuits and stuff. I mean, they have a bunch of other things, but those are obviously their claim to fame. And that was on the Tuesday evening, and then I think I went home and met my friend for a drink at a local bar near my house, and then the next morning I tested positive for COVID. So that's what I've been doing for the last several days. Obviously I am, first and foremost, I want to say how lucky I am that I didn't have a severe reaction to COVID. I'm really grateful for that. You guys know I moved to England 3 years ago. I don't have any super close family here. All my immediate family is back home in North America. And one thing about COVID that I was always super weary of was that if it ever did escalate and I had to go to the hospital or something, that was something I really wanted to avoid, because I don't want to worry my family. They're so far away, and I know that my parents, my aunts, my grandma, like, they would be really worried, obviously. And I'm a bit familiar with the NHS, but I'm not as familiar with the hospital system here as I am with the hospital system at home. So then not being able to advocate for myself because obviously I'm unwell, and then not having anyone to really advocate for you either, was always a bit of a panic. And because of that, I had contingency things in place. Like, I have a very close friend who has a key to my house, who doesn't live far away, would have to check on me, and, could help me out if something like that ever happened. My mom and my sister, I also share my location with them, always via iMessage, so they always know where I am any given time, and just things like that. I know we're kind of like veering off course here, but yeah, the Rona got me, and you know what? So for me, it was just the timing. This vlog was supposed to tie into a birthday celebration vlog. For those that don't know, my birthday is actually on December 31st, but I was going to have like a birthday weekend with my friends. Sorry guys. Before everyone splits off for Christmas and travels and all that fun stuff. And I never actually do this just because I swear I have PTSD from being born in December. Like, I talk about this all the time and I don't even care. Like, I do. It's a lot, and planning things is a lot. So I never really plan like birthday events. Honestly, I think the last time I planned like an actual birthday event, it was probably my early 20s, and I ended up canceling it. So it's been a long time. And that's what this vlog was supposed to veer into. Like, I was going to get my makeup done, my hair done. I was gonna have a photographer. We had a private dining room for dinner. Like, me and 12 of my closest. My really good friend from Amsterdam was gonna fly in. Then we were gonna have like boozy brunch on the Saturday. I was gonna go to Winter Wonderland, which I love so much. I'm so glad I've actually gone. I went in 2019. I was gonna go to Winter Wonderland, and then dinner and the Nutcracker with one of my other really good friends. I was supposed to go ice skating on the Wednesday. I had a lot of things planned, and I was actually really looking forward to it. And obviously, health will always come first, and just the sheer managing of having to cancel everything was really daunting, because you're trying to get refunds or credits. You're trying to let everyone know. Obviously, the first person I texted was my friend that I was supposed to go meet for ice skating, and then my girlfriend that was supposed to fly. She was supposed to fly that day, so I was like, babe, I have COVID. Like, trust and believe. I woke up Wednesday morning and I wasn't feeling that great. And Tuesday, I felt like I had like a little bit of a nasal drip, but again, I didn't really think of anything. It almost felt like allergies, which I know it's December, but didn't really think of it as anything, and I felt fine. And I know everyone's like, oh, but blah, blah, blah. I am the queen of testing. Since this has begun, this entire pandemic, I can say I've probably taken upwards of 20 different COVID tests, from PCRs to rapids. I've done them all. I've done an antibody test. Like, I've done them all. So I'm not against it. I'm very lucky that in the UK, up until now, getting rapid tests for free from the government was relatively easy. You just go to the pharmacy. Now you have to like fill out a form and show the code. Before that, you could just walk in and just like give them your name, and you wouldn't get one, you'd get a pack of 7. Amazing. Now with the new variant, it's actually really hard, and I can't get any for the life of me. But I've always been pro testing, and I've tested anytime I feel a bit do a test, like always, always, always. So when I woke up on Wednesday, I didn't feel that great, but I was like, okay, well, let me just like do a rapid before I start to get ready, because it's honestly been like that since the beginning. I've never tested positive, and I've never had COVID. And I test, lie down, I'm like thinking about the day. Then I go in the kitchen and I look at my test, positive. I was shocked. Like, you know that meme of that woman when she's in the court, the paternity court, and she's like that was literally me, like to a T. I was so shocked. I couldn't believe it because I've done so many tests. I've been so sick. I've had colds. I've had so many things that could have been, never had an issue. So yeah, I was really shocked, obviously. And then I did another one and it came back and I was like, okay, all right. It's my turn on the merry-go-round. I see that now. I've long said that everyone's going to get this. It's just going to be one of those things. Obviously, the hardest part is being ill, obviously, but then the mandatory isolation. And I'm not saying it's a wrong thing. I'm just saying that's the hard part, because obviously with things like the flu and stuff, we don't have mandatory isolation. As soon as you feel better to get back outside, you get back outside. So that's the hardest part, because after being ill for a few days in bed, you want to wash your sheets, change your clothes, and breathe some fresh air. And you can't, because you have to isolate for 10 days. So that's tough. And then also to move around and do any traveling, you have to be able to test negative. Some people don't test negative for months, and that's really difficult. And I know that you can prove that you've recovered 10 days after your PCR, but that would bring me to after Christmas, which really sucks. So I know I'm kind of all over the place, but the reason why that I was annoyed, obviously, was just the timing. It's my turn. I regret nothing. I know exactly where I got COVID too. Like, people say, oh, don't bother, like, stress yourself. No, it's not a stress. I know exactly where I got it from. Obviously, if I could go back in time, I wouldn't have got it, but you know, I said from the beginning that when this was going on, I really didn't want to waste my life, and I didn't want to waste a bunch of time indoors. And I know that I'm very privileged. I don't have any immune issues. I don't have, you know, like any real issues that would cause me to be very fearful. Obviously, I've had very fearful moments, especially in the beginning. But I have been team outside since July 2020. Like literally July 4th, when the UK removed the restrictions, I've been outside for the times that I could have been. Obviously, we went into lockdown again, and then we had another even longer lockdown. But I've traveled, like I've been all over. I've been to Toronto, I've been to Paris, I've been to Mexico City, I've been to Tulum, I've been to Cancun, I've been to Playa del Carmen, like I've been to Croatia, I've been to Rome twice, I've been to Florence, Tuscany. I have been around and around. So I am very grateful. Again, timing could have been a little better. Like, couldn't it have been at the beginning of the month? Would have been so happy with that. But obviously for my actual birthday, I won't have COVID, which is swell. But I wanted to jump in because I don't know where this vlog is going to end, because obviously my December has taken a drastic turn. Ultimately, praise be, I'm blessed, I'm okay, I'm healthy, my family's healthy, I've isolated, you know, I've been able to recover in a really peaceful way. Like, I'm really lucky. I don't have anyone to really look after. I could just sleep when I needed to sleep and just let my body do its thing. Like, wake up, drink some bone broth, have all my vitamins, nap when I needed to, watch reruns of my favorite show when I needed to, read. Like, I am very lucky that my recovery is smooth, but also that I could be really at peace while I was recovering. I don't take that for granted, because I know a lot of people don't have that option, and a lot of people didn't have that option. You know, they still got to take care of kids, they still got to do this, and that's not easy. In terms of symptoms, for those that are interested, the first day, the Wednesday, was by far the hardest. Like, by far the hardest. I had really bad lower back pain, like I was on my period, achy for sure. So I definitely felt fatigued, I felt achy. They say muscle pain, joint pain. For me, it was even like nerve pain, just like achy for sure. I had a really consistent headache. I'm prone to headaches naturally, so I'm sure, of course, these symptoms would affect my head. I had really intense sinus pressure. That's the best way to describe it. Like, really intense sinus pressure that, like a head cold, just like a massive head cold. That's how I felt. Didn't really have the runny nose. Although I do sound stuffy to people that know me, I don't actually have a runny nose. Like, I don't have any sneezing or any of that stuff. I don't have that. I did have a cough on and off, but nothing crazy and nothing that caused me to worry, which I'm very grateful for. The cough was always the part that I was very worried about, because there's nothing worse than a painful cough. Honestly, it is just, it's the worst feeling. On the Wednesday, I had really intense nausea. Like, it was bad. The whole day I felt like I was really hungover. Like, you know, those bad hangovers where you puke and, you know, you're breathing really heavily, you're hot, you're sweating, because, like, it's just a bad hangover. That's how I felt. The next day wasn't as bad, so I was really grateful that, like, the nausea didn't persist, because obviously that stuff can make you really sick and really weak very quickly. I never had any diarrhea, which I know some people do have, especially with the new variant. And that was it. I've just felt really, like, weak for the past few days, and that's it. And then obviously, because I'm sick, you're a bit more tired and you're a bit more like, I want to lay in bed, and just a bit sluggish. I would say feeling sluggish and feeling weak were, like, my most common symptoms that stayed throughout the days. And that's it. I'm on the road to recovery. I'm having, like, a coffee today, which I'm really grateful for. I'm grateful for Deliveroo. And also, I just want to say a huge gratitude to my community. Like, my friends, some of my friends have really rallied around me and, like, dropped off, like, cooked food, groceries, chocolates, magazine, wine for when I'm feeling better, bubbles for when I'm feeling better, kind words, voice notes, checking in on me. Just really, 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 really grateful for anyone and everyone that checked in on me, and checked in on me more than once to make sure that I'm good, alive, breathing, safe, and on the road to recovery. I don't take that for granted at all, and I hope to do the same for them, if not more, if and when they find themselves in my position. So I don't know where this vlog is going to pick back up, but I wanted to let you guys know where we're at. Maybe we'll end this vlog here, and I will pick up a new vlog when I am fully recovered and back to living my glorious life. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Take care, guys, of yourselves and each other, and I will see you in the next one.